All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's now put the spotlight on non-banking financial company Mahaveer Finance India Limited that's recently secured 200 crore rupees in funding to strengthen the company's vehicle financing access to underserved entrepreneurs. In fact, the fundraise of 200 crores was led by Elevation Capital with participation from the company's existing investors. That includes Banyan Tree Finance and First Bridge Capital. And to walk us through the funding round and, of course, how the funding will be deployed, I'm now joined by Praveer Dugar, the Deputy Managing Director of Mahaveer Finance. Thank you very much, Praveen, for joining us here on ET Now.
Thank you so much for having me here. Yeah. So, on this
Praveen,
funding round,
how will this funding
we are
accelerate
actually.
Mahaveer Finance's journey from this reportedly 100 crore AUM to your ambitious target of 5,000 crores? Just want to understand, your vision for the company when it comes to these figures that I've just quoted, and how are you looking at deployment of this capital?
So, I think the market is a really large market. Even today, out of the large 10,000, almost a 10 lakh crore market, we see 35% is unorganized. So, we're just looking at tapping into that, create a base and keep building. We grew from 100 to 1,000 in the last 5, 7 years. And then from here, once the base is built out, we are looking at, taking it to 5,000 over the next 4 years or so. So that's the base plan. And then from there, we would like to take it forward to the next number.
Right, Praveen, but if you could also walk us through how much has your loan book grown and what's the kind of growth that you're anticipating for the company, especially in terms of the loans that you're disbursing for this fiscal?
So we are ideally into used commercial vehicles, and commercial vehicles, as we know, is the lifeline of the economy. The last year we've grown by about 40%, and over the last 5 years we've been growing consistently at 45 odd percent, and look to continue to do the same thing. The current year's target would be. We closed the year last year at 1,000 crore AUM and look to take this to about 1,450 crores of AUM by the end of this fiscal. And then continue the journey at the same pace.
Right, but Praveen, why did you particularly and specifically decided to focus on, focusing on this used vehicle financing space?
So again, we believe in secured financing, and we are technically 7-year-old startup with about 40 years of experience because the company is almost a 40-year-old company. Me and my brother, decided to champion the growth post 2018, and that's where we built it out. So as a legacy, we've always been in the vehicle financing space, and now we are just trying to up the ante in terms of using the knowledge that we've built over the last 4 decades and how we can build out an institution doing this at a much faster pace.
Right, just one final question, Praveen, before we let you go. And if you could walk us through the kind of competitive advantage that you think that your company has in a market that's dominated both by large banks and fintechs. And like I stated, why have you chosen to target first-time borrowers and small fleet operators? What do you think is the kind of competitive advantage that you get, and what are the kind of growth projections that you have for the company this fiscal?
So I think the first point on first-time buyers and first-time users. So overall in the larger ecosystem, almost 50% of the market of the transport industry is dominated by the first-time buyers and first-time users. And then comes the SRTO, which owns about 3 to 5 vehicles, which is our target audience. This is a fairly large space, so hence, we continue to build out on the same segment. And right from day one, it's very important to help out. So the competitive advantage that we bring to a customer is the know-how that we have on the vehicle valuation. And the support that we give to the buyer who's coming in the first time on how to price the asset right, how to buy it right, and what would be the unit economics that would work out. So to a large extent, when a person comes into this business, he may have some experience, but we act as a guiding force, and that's what leads to most of our customers being able to grow over time and build out their own personal net worth as well.
All right, Praveen, thank you very much on that note for taking the time out and speaking to us right here on ET now on this fundraise, how you're going to be deploying it and the kind of growth that you're anticipating for the company. Thanks very much once again for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for us to take a very small commercial break on